Hey guys, so let us discuss about my attempt of NMAT 2019. So it was on the similar lines of last year. Right, so let us just start with quantitative aptitude section. So it is divided into three sections. One is DI, second is the DS, which is data sufficiency, and the third is the quantitative part, right? So let us talk about the DI part. So there were five sets of four questions each, and you could easily do two sets if you are a good in your calculations, right? And the other three sets were calculative intensive. They were really like you have to have the precision of points. Like there were options like 17.34, 17.38. So you have to go till the last digit as well. So what my suggestion is that you keep the DI sets for the last, right? So that you can, solve maximum questions in the same time. Like even if you solve a question of DI and you take 3 to 4 minutes, and you solve a question of quant, that is the numeric part, and in that you take 2 minutes. So which is good. Obviously the 2 minutes is good, right? So you solve the questions of DI, you keep the DI sets for the last, right? And talking about the quantitative section, so for the quant section, it was heavily loaded on the modern maths, right? So I had questions on, I had questions on probability. I had three questions on probability. Two of them were doable. One was a bit difficult. Second was the permutation and combination. I had 2 to 3 questions of PNC. It was also similar lines, like you can do two of them if you are good into PNC, right? And talking about the logarithms, there were two questions which were damn easy. So you could easily score on the logs part. Like in almost every exam, the questions on logarithms would be easy. So please study that topic because that is a scoring topic, right? And talking about, like, there were 2 to 3 questions of sequence and series and number series. So if you are good in them, then attempt them, or else just move on, right? And talking about the arithmetic part of con section, so I had a question of time speed distance which was doable. I had a questions on percentage. I had around 1 or 2 questions on percentage which were also doable. There was one very easy question on partnerships which you must do, and I had a question of ratio and proportion as well. And surprisingly, I had no question of algebra. There were no functions, modulus. I had a question on indices. Like, uh, it was a bit difficult, but if you have studied the topic, then please attend that question, right? And talking about the geometry part, so I had two questions on mensuration and one question on triangle. So they were a bit difficult. One of them was really easy, but other questions were difficult, right? And talking about the DS part, which is data sufficiency, it was highly dependent on the number system. So kindly revise your remainders, like concepts of number system thoroughly, because it was highly dependent on them. And if, and like, DS is the most, like, it is the most easiest part if you know the concepts, right? So this was all about the quant section, and please kindly attempt all the questions because there is no negative marking. And another thing is that attempt the DI section at the last, because it was really calculative intensive and you have to work hard. So I could attempt only two sets, and I hope that you attempt more sets, but in the given time frame it was really difficult to attempt more sets because as I said earlier that the options were very very close, so you have to have that calculation to that precision, right? All right, now talking about the logical reasoning section. So in the logical reasoning section, for me, I felt it was like it was easy than the last year. Like I had given last year as well, and I felt it was easy. So there were two sets on input output, and so it was around 8 questions, and they were really doable. Like any student who is like studying for CAT or other exams, management aptitude tests, he or she could easily solve that input output sets, right? So please attempt those input output sets. And talking about the coding decoding, so if you know about coding decoding, then you could solve them. But yeah, like there were around 4 to 5 questions, you could easily solve two of them, right? And there was one question on family tree, one question on blood relations, one question on directions. So these are the questions which you should attempt because they are like they are very easy and you can easily score in them, right? Because as I said earlier that you pick the questions which are easy first, and then go on to the hard questions, because all the questions, whether it is easy or hard, it has the same marking, right? All right. And talking about the puzzle, I had a puzzle which had 5 questions. So I couldn't do the puzzle because I didn't had enough time, but it was also doable if you have time, right? So what I feel is that I keep the puzzles at the end, because as NMAT is conducted by GMAC, so this year they had 16 to 17 questions on critical reasoning, like your strong argument, weak argument, assumptions, implicit argument, decision making, course of action, and all those like other uh, critical reasoning questions, right? So if you are a good reader, like they were really big, like around 4 to 5 lines, even the options were bigger. So try to attempt them only if you think that you are good at it, right? So keep it at the end if you feel that you are not good at critical reasoning, and please practice your critical reasoning very well, because now if you want to crack the LR section, logical reasoning section, then you have to attempt the critical reasoning part, right? And surprisingly, I had no question on circular or linear arrangement or ranking in queue. I had a question on syllogisms, which was really easy. And yeah, that's it about the logical reasoning section. A person who is preparing for CAT could easily score good in this section. Like at least if like for me, my logical reasoning section was really easy. Quant was like really difficult. All right. So now talking about the language skills section. So in the language skills section, I had 2 RCs which were really easy. Like I could attempt the RC in 8 minutes, 8 questions in 8 minutes. So it was really easy. Like they were long, but they were easy to read, and the options were very far away. Like you can easily make out that this option would be right, right? So this was for the reading RC section, and there were parajumbles. They were also easy. Like I had 4 to 5 parajumbles, and from them 2 were difficult and 2 were not difficult. 2 were of moderate difficulty, and 2 were really easy, right? And yeah, there were 4 analogies. If you are good at vocabulary, you could easily score in them. There were 2 or 1 synonym and 1 antonym. So if you are good at vocabulary, you could easily score in this section, right? And the closed test, which is a preposition and the grammar part, it was easy if you know the rules, right? So before going to NMAT, just go to YouTube or any other source and check the preposition videos and the error spotting videos, right? Because they were really simple. Like they just tested you on the tenses, like has, have, were, and all those stuff, right? So please, these are the questions where you can easily score, right? All right. And now talking about the overall, like the cutoff would be of the similar lines of the last year. So last year the cutoff was 209 marks, and for the quant section the sectional cutoff was 65. For logical reasoning it was 60, and for verbal, which is language skills, it was 57. So I expect the cutoff to be on the similar lines as the last year. Maybe in quant there would be a good scaling, because some of my friends gave the NMAT exam in the first window, in the first slot. So they found quant to be really easy. But the people who, when I gave, the people who gave with me, all of us found the quant section to be difficult. So there might be good scaling as well. So yeah, that's it about the. When you have 5 minutes left, you will have an pop-up on your screen that only 5 minutes are left. So at that time, keep all the questions aside, go to the questions which you are not going to attempt, or that is which are unattempted, and mark them randomly, right? Like for example, you can mark each and every question B or whatever, like the strategy which you are applying, because there is no negative marking. So you might score 1 or 2 questions in them, and you can increase your marks, right? So this was all about NMAT, and I hope you do good in NMAT, and that's all about it. So all the best guys for NMAT 2019, and remember that you can have 3 attempts of NMAT, though it's really costly, but if you are really targeting this college, go for another attempt as well. So that's it about NMAT. Yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. Yeah, bye.